What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Athieno, and I'm back with another map guide. Today we're going to be looking at Cafe defense on the second floor. So, on this video we're only doing the second floor just because there's so much to talk about, and I'd rather save it for another video for kitchen and the reading site. But for now, we're going to be looking at the third floor specifically, and almost every role: roaming and anchoring and, flex. So, first we're going to start out with the Maestro. I'm going to be reviewing like at least maybe like 4 or 5 operators this one. So first with Maestro, if you have a shield for Echo, I'll be explaining like everything later, but you want to pull your shotgun pistol, make sure your teammates are not around you because then you can team kill them. Just full spray on this thing. You gotta go from both sides. The reason you're opening this up is because it's called the default rotate, the default plant spot. So when you hear someone call it default or something like that, they're meaning the default plant spots. So you see me opening this all up, maybe someone with a better shotgun can open up this all, but you want to open up these two right here and make sure you try to get out really good, because then the whole point of this is to see through it. Don't worry if you use up all your ammo. I mean, you have an LMG with 81 bullets, so open this up maybe like halfway and then you can see default plant spots. So honestly, with Maestro and Echo, this site is very good for them because you can get really creative with their cams. Another old cam I like to do, but now it's pretty common and more counterable. These are good displays for barbed wire, and then you can put your Maestro cam over here. You can really get creative with it. You can really deny thermite plants, and you can see this whole spot. It's a really good blind spot, and you just want to reinforce the normals like this wall and this wall. So that's kind of the baseline for Maestro, and as same with Echo and any other dock, anyone with ACOGs, you're going to be holding the back with cocktail. So we're gonna go back up there. This time I'm going to show you guys how to use Echo on this one. I preferably got to go deploy with shield, but our wire is fine. So the thing about being a 3 armor, you don't want to leave the site generally unless you're doing a crazy rotate. Usually like attach this right here. I reinforce this 100% of the time. You never want to leave this wall soft. The right side is kind of 50-50, but I recommend either making a rotate crouch level or just reinforcing it off all in general. This wall is this one's kind of like, it's up to you how your team wants to play. If you want to sit right here, but it's really risky because someone could drop, and someone could drop and kill you from there. But if you want to reinforce that, you can. Default rotate right here. You never want to reinforce this wall. Never ever do not reinforce this wall. And when you're making the rotates, don't make it on this side. Always make it on the side closest to white stairs. That way they can run. Always make it standing up too. Crouch is fine, but standing up is more preferred, because when you're rotating from here, people can shoot you from the skylight and they'll shoot your feet and possibly kill you. So after that, you'll put your Echo drones right here, and a good spot to put it is under the lights right here. You just want to leave them for default plant. It's okay to leave both your Echo drones in the site just because how much plant deny you can get. But yeah, reinforce off the defaults, and you play back here with Maestro and you peek off your shield. Same thing. Yeah, it's just this is the anchor spot. You get to see that into the whole site. Your main job as an anchor is to not let anybody in there, and if you do, you either spray them down or you alert your teammates as fast as possible. So those are, if you have an ACOG like Doc, Rook, Echo, Cade, even Mira, those are all good spots. You don't have to be a 3 armor, but it's more preferred. So enough with the anchoring. I bet you already know that anchors are on cocktail. You anchor on site and you just make sure that the place is secure. The next one is the guy actually making the rotates. If you are a Legion, a Mozzie, anyone with impact grenades or a shotgun, you're trying to open this up. So you want to aim for like a little bit, like halfway down the wall, and then aim down a little bit more and then make the rotate. See how this is running? It's really hard for my feet to get shot, and it's just a lot easier. Don't worry about all that, but this is an angle. What you're going to be doing, you're going to be holding the white stairs. You're going to be sitting on here, and you're basically holding a really good anchor point. People that are coming up here, they're trying to cut you. That's why you put a Legion mine right here, and then they come up. It's just you can either, when that goes off, you can either swing and pre-fire. Always pre-fire when you're doing this, if you know he's close. But if you're face checking, I would recommend getting really ready and get ready to pre-fire the common spots. It's almost a free kill, but they can't shoot back. Your job is to basically just hold off this, make a line. You can honestly get like up to like 5 legions and just like put pressure on this, and that way they can't push on this hallway, and people in cocktail are safe. Freezer, you're holding down the back, and this is what a really good spot to play in the high elo ranks, because then you can it's really hard to draw someone out of there unless you have some grenades or some flash grenades. Same thing with barbed wire. You can also put it in the hallway. Just always put it in places that, as long as they have to punch the barbed wire, you're denying them from, you know, getting any kind of map control up there, because you want to hold as much as you can for as long as you can. And don't forget to always shotgun out these defaults if you have one, or impacts. Try your best to, but maybe in the lower ranks, plants might not go down as much. But if someone starts planting behind here, it may be a little difficult to see them, and you might get picked up trying to shoot them. So it's a lot easier, and it scares them off to go plant somewhere else sometimes. You just shotgun these out. So where do you want to put your Jaegers? I put them on behind the bomb right here. 100% all the time, put in ADS, right? Remember where we reinforce off that wall? You put one right here. And then the last one, you can either put one in the cigar, or you can honestly like put it in sight like here. You can either like put it in, maybe if you're holding the sight, it's pretty good to hold right here. Depends everywhere you're holding. If you're holding upstairs, put barbed wire near the place you're going to. These are good common spots, and they work pretty well. So don't forget that. And for Jaeger, as your job as a roamer is to waste time. Even playing in cigar is bandit, like, you know, getting that wall up there. If you even start like tricking that, it can waste like 30 seconds to a minute, people trying to get you out. Don't be mad when you're dying, when you're roaming and you're trying to come back to site, and you die like this. You die from the hatch, you die from the stairs, you die from a claymore right here. And if you're like, roaming is like the ultimate learning experience. You will die so many times, but the more times you die, the more times you will make those mistakes less, and you become a better roamer. So that's your job as Jaeger, is just to waste time on that site and to lure the attackers into having to force coming into this doorway right here, and it forces them to push white, and then that legion, like I told you guys about, is gonna be holding white. As Jaeger, you can honestly put like these ADSs right here too. You could hold white yourself if you wanted to. If you don't know where to roam, I would recommend anchoring with Jaeger. I mean, it's not a bad idea. You can put Jaeger ADSs right here, and then if someone tries nading you, you're good, you're safe. Just watch out for your window behind you. If someone's on that window, I would disengage immediately as fast as possible, or come back up here and just hold that right there. But this is a very good spot to hold, no matter what operator you are. Sometimes it's just you, and do whatever you can to use your utility to win this gunfight right here. So think of this right now. Every time you die, maybe coming over here, and then you die in this spot right here, you're like, oh my god, dude, I just died off like a minute into the round, or maybe you get picked off really early. Just know, as long as you're trying to improve, you should be happy with yourself, and don't beat yourself up for dying. Instead, be happy that you're learning, and that you're only one mistake away from becoming the rank you want to be. So if you're ever wondering how to waste time, a good way to waste time is to really just get into their head and make it really hard to read you and to pick you out. So I'm picking Jaeger one more time just to show you a good way to waste time. This is a really good way to just basically win you more rounds if you're a good roamer. Once you put all your ADSs down, you know, you put your barbed wire down. Putting the barbed wire down right here is kind of tough for them too. Anyways, right here. Once they start getting the hatch open, maybe like don't risk your life, but you know, like make it like a fake push. If you fake push them a lot, then they're gonna get scared of you a little bit. So maybe just shoot that a little bit. They're like, oh, Jaeger's right here, but then you rotate over here, and you're like shooting the skylight. Oh, Jaeger's under a hatch, and then like, oh wait, no, he's in cigar. And then by the time they start pushing right here, they have to get off the rappel. They have to join you again. Then you can slowly move back here. Oh, he's in this corner. Jump in. They pre-fire you. You're gone. You're already back over here, and you waste at least like a minute and a half. So that's what you want to do as a roaming. And remember, you're always learning. You're gonna die to some mistakes, but once you make like majority of the rookie mistakes, you'll be able to use those mistakes and work off them, and basically outplay players. Just how the game works. The more mistakes and experience you know, the more you use your brain, obviously. As long as you're actively trying to improve, you should definitely be good at this game, at any game you play. Another good operator is like Legion or Mute. I can play the white stairs and play close to the shotgun, or like anywhere to go. I'll show you where to put the mute jammers if you really want to play mute, because almost everybody has access to him. I recommend going nitro on this one. So we're gonna do another white stairs hold. The reason we're focusing so much on like freezer and this back spot, just because they're really easy to defend and you can do a lot. So what I usually like to do, I like to shotgun this out, shotgun out the legs, and then you can actually put a mute jammer right here. This really prevents them from droning. They literally have to grenade or thatcher this, which is a very good utility because you have 3 mute jammers and they have to use a whole thatcher or a whole grenade. Another good spot is just to, you know, deny the walls. Yeah, someone has to literally come on this window and I can waste them another 20 seconds. You could put them on this doorway. You can honestly, don't worry about always tucking them in corners, because sometimes if you tuck them in corners, drones are just going to come right past you. So a good traffic spot is right here because it's really hard to shoot them, and when drones come through, they're going to immediately be surprised. This also works too, like anywhere, like think about this. If they're trying to drone you and you're in that back freezer and a drone's going a straight line to you, it could be one right here, here, honestly, and you want to make the rotates. But that's basically it for like mute. Mute is just, you can see that all these operators that I'm connecting to is all about wasting time on the defense. That's mainly what they do. You can get no kills and still win the round. You can get, but once that timer runs out, you still win the round. It's always time that's helping you. So we're gonna do one more thing. So the last one I'm going to show you guys how to do is Mozzie. A lot of you guys like to play Mozzie, and the thing about Mozzie, he can literally do everything. I'm about to show you guys why. He can do what Maestro does, or like the shotguns. He can do that. Look, his shotgun is really effective for taking out the default rotates. Like boom, you're already done doing this. You can reinforce 2 walls. He just has so much utility, and he's literally a mute, and he's just so good at wasting time. Make the rotate right here. You could put Mozzie drones. Honestly, if you wanted to, you could put one in this floorboard right here. But once you're, let's say, remember how I told you guys about the mute? Put one right here, and then put another one. Like I said, remember how I said about wasting time? Mozzie does it all. Shoot him for a little bit. Once I start pushing you, slowly make your way back. Slowly make your way back. Oh, yep. Remember, they push you in this corner. And then you can either fall back here, or you can either start anchoring here 1.5 minutes into the round, or you can drop down and you can go and C4 them from below when they go for the hatch drop right here. Look at that. You're already another roamer. You already done so much. That's why Mozzie's such a good solo queue op. And look, you've already done like everything. And you can basically do whatever to get in their heads. You can just do so much with Mozzie on this site. Look at that. Like honestly, I could basically do all the utility and we will still win the round. So that's going to be it for this upstairs defense. I hope I explained enough. I know I was a little vague on some stuff, but I really hope it gives you the general idea. You start getting used to these strategies, and you'll see other players in higher ranks do this. I'm not the best player myself, but I do know how to sometimes adapt to most of this. Thank you guys for watching, and I should be out with a kitchen and a reading defenses out. So go ahead and share with a friend. Try this out in ranked, and let me know how it goes in the comments. Thank you guys for the massive support. And just always know, when you make a mistake, when you die, instead of getting frustrated, instead learn to see every mistake as one step closer to becoming the player that you want to be. In order to play at a high level, you must know all the rookie mistakes, because you already made the rookie mistakes and you'll never make them again. unless sometimes you might make it, but that just reminds you you're still learning. You're not always going to be the best player, but you can be the best player you can be. So have a good night.